Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this class of the sensors and transducer. Today we are going to discuss about the strain gauge. That is a very important topic when we are discussing about the strain gauges, and for a mechanical engineering student that is also a very important topic because the strain gauges are being also used when we are seeing in the strength of material classes. So let us recapitulate about the previous classes. So in the previous classes we have discussed about the sensors characteristics, their classification of the sensors and transducer. We have also discussed about the requirement of a good sensors for a different kind of applications. We have also seen about the factors for a selection of a transducer or sensors for a specific kind of applications and for a wide areas of applications. The objective of the today's lecture will be the strain gauge. We will see what are the strain gauges and what is the working principle of any strain gauge. We will see about its characteristics, and we also discuss about the different type of strain gauge which are used, which are widely used, and then after we will discuss about the advantages and limitations of any strain gauge which are being used in industry and in some any other applications. Then we will see the application of some type of strain gauge. Then again it will be clear to us that the how the strain gauge work and where these are used. So let us see what are the strain gauges basically. So strain gauges are the passive transducer which convert the mechanical displacement into a change in the resistance, which will further quantified for our applications. So strain gauge is one of the most popular type of the transducers. It has got a wide areas of applications. It can be used for the measurement of force, torque, pressure, acceleration and many other parameters. So the basic principle of operation of a strain gauge is very simple. That is, when a strain is applied to a thin metallic wire, its dimension changes. Thus the changing in the dimension, which is further quantified with the resistance of the wire, means with the change in the length or the dimension of a wire infers to the change in the resistance of the wire. So a strain gauge is basically a thin wafer-like device that is more compatible or can be used for a very small areas of applications also, and that can be attached to a variety of material to measure the applied strain in many objects. We all know the strain gauge is a device which is used for the measurement of the change in the distance between the 2 points in any solid bodies that occurs when the body is deformed and due to the force applied on the body. So the strain gauges are used either to obtain the information from which stress, that is internal force in a bodies, can be calculated, or to act as indicating element on a device for measuring the such quantity like force, pressure, deformation, acceleration. Okay, so let us see a brief history of the strain gauge. In 1856, the Lord Kelvin first reported on a relationship between the strain and the resistance of the wire conductor. So then after until the early 1930, most of the strain gauge used were either compound mechanical lever system or mirror and optical lever. The magnification of those strain gauges were as high as 1200 to 1 were common. So that is a very high, and the deformation as small as about 1 micron were measured. So it was of a high accuracy, but the gauge length on the element were from half to 1 inch, and their comparatively size and weight made them incapable of responding faithfully or effectively to the fluctuating strain result from the dynamic loading. and the Charles Gans made the first notable use of the pointed strain gauge to measure the vibratory strain in the high-performance propeller blade. In 1937, Arthur Rook discovered that the small diameter wires made of the electrical resistance allow could be bonded to a structure to measure the surface strain. And 1952, at the time printed circuit board were emerging, and the Sawdust Rho developed the idea of making a strain gauge by etching the pattern for the gauge for a thin foil. So these are some brief background or the history of the strain gauge. So let's see the structure of a strain gauge. Most of the strain gauges are of foil type, which are available in a wide areas with a wide choices of shape and size to suit a varieties of applications, ranges from the very micro kind of applications to a macro kind of applications. They consist of a pattern of resistive foil which can be seen from the diagram, which is mounted on a backing material. So the material got deformed. On the deformation of the material, the size of the resistance wire also changes. So with the change in the length or shape and size of the wire, the resistance of the wire changes. Thus that can be quantified to the change in resistance. And these are the strain gauge, which operates on the principle that when the foil is subjected to the stress, the resistance of the foil changes in a defined way. So that's why we will calculate the resistance. Further, with the change in the resistance, we can also be able to know what was the change in the strain. We all know a strain gauge, sometimes referred to as a strain gauge, is a sensor whose resistance varies with applied force. That is, it converts the force, pressure, tension, weight, displacement, etc. into a change in the electrical resistance, which thus can be measured. When some external force are applied to an stationary object, the stress and the strain are the result. So that's why when a strain gauge is connected into a Wheatstone bridge circuit, you can see the Wheatstone bridge circuit has been shown with the diagram, and the change in the resistance of the strain gauge is proportional to the applied strain, and thus which is measured with the Wheatstone bridge. So we can see that, as we know from the definition of the strain gauge, it is one of the most useful device which is used in the field of some of the research areas like geotechnical engineering in the measurement of strain on diverse structure. So the basic construction of a strain gauge has an insulating flexible bonding to support a metallic foil structure. So the metallic coil, which has been shown with the R gauge, is glued to a thin backing called a carrier, and the entire setup is fixed to an object using a suitable adhesive. As the object is deformed due to the force, pressure, or some weight, the electrical resistance of the foil changes, so which can be measured with the Wheatstone bridge, and the change in the resistivity, which is measured with the Wheatstone bridge, and which is related to the strain which is applied to the strain gauge. So this is the working principle of an strain gauge. The sensitivity of a strain gauge is depends upon the Poisson's ratio, and the sensitivity is described in the terms of the characteristics called the gauge factor. So I'll let us know that why the sensitivity is being defined in the terms of gauge factor. So gauge factor is basically the change in the resistance with respect to resistance divided by the change in the length with the original length. It is so the gauge factor is used to characterize the performance of a strain gauge, and it is depends upon the material property of the wire. That's why it is a very important terms which is used for the strain gauge calculation. So the gauge factors, as we know, for some metallic strain gauge varies in the range of 1.8 to 2.6. However, for some kind of semiconductor type of strain gauge, it has a very large gauge factor value in the range of 100 to 150. So this is basically attained due to the dominant piezo resistance property of the semiconductor. So here the gauge factor is also related to the Poisson's ratio, and the normally Poisson's ratio of most of the metals varies in the range of 0.3 to 0.6. So the piezo resistance coefficient, that is our gauge factor, varies in the range of 0.2 to 0.6. So it is having a very good property which is mostly required to calculate the strain gauge. So this is used for the factors while selection of any strain gauge for a particular applications. Now let us discuss about the types of strain gauge. Strain gauge are basically defined or characterized or classified in many terms, but here we will discuss some more important which are being widely used type of strain gauge. So first of all, let us see the type of strain gauge based upon the principle of working, that will be classified on the basis of mechanical, electrical and piezoelectric type of strain gauge, and based on the mounting which are used, that are bonded strain gauge and unbonded strain gauge. And in both of the strain gauge we will mostly see the bonded type of strain gauge are used widely, and based on the construction the strain gauge are being classified on the basis of foil strain gauge, semiconductor type of strain gauge and photoelectric type of strain gauge. So we will discuss about some of the strain gauge among these. Now let us discuss one by one different type of strain gauges. First of all, we will see what are the mechanical strain gauge. So mechanical strain gauges are used to determine the length changes in different part of any structure. These strain gauges are especially designed to perform measurement on some concrete type of structure, but they are also suitable to be used for any other type of structure including steel. So in mechanical strain gauge, these are used to change in the length or change in the width or change in the size of any object when the deformation is caused due to the change in the pressure or force applied to a body, or the acceleration is changed. So it is basically made up of two separate plastic layers, where the bottom layer has a ruled scale on it and the top layer has a red arrow on pointer, and the one layer is glued to one side of the crack and the another layer to the over there. As when the cracks open due to the change in the force applied on the object, the layer slides very slowly past one another, and thus the pointer will show the deflection which moves over the scale, and the red crosshairs moves on the scale as the cracks will opens up or widen up. So the mechanical strain gauges are used for the change in the length of any object where the applications of force are used. The next one is electrical strain gauge. So as we know that a strain gauge works on the principle of electrical conductance, and it depends on the conductor's geometry. So whenever a conductor is stretched within the limit of its elasticity, it doesn't break out but gets changed in its shape. That is, maybe its length increases and the diameter is reduced, due to which when it is if compressed it gets shorter and broader. Ultimately its resistance changes. How? Let us see. When, as we know, resistance, that is R equal to rho times L by A when the length or the area is changed. So the resistance of the conductor is changed. So as the resistance of the conductor changed, its output will be changed. So the change in the shape and size of the conductor also altered its length and the cross-sectional area, which eventually affects its resistance. So any typical strain gauge will have a longer, thin conductive strip arranged in a zigzag pattern of parallel line. So when an electrical wire is stretched within its elastic limit, its elasticity such that it doesn't break out and it will deform, and thus it can be measured, and the strain can be inferred by the measuring change in the resistance. So ultimately we will measure the change in the resistance, and that will be used for the calculation of the change in the strain of that metallic wire. Next is our piezoelectric strain gauge. As we know, piezoelectric materials having the property, when the electrical signals are applied to these piezoelectric materials, it deforms. Means when a voltage is applied to the material, it deforms, and vice versa. Means when a force is applied to the material, that is change in its length or its size, which results in the change in the voltage, means it generates the electrical voltage when we apply a force over the piezoelectric materials. So it can be used as a sensors and actuator also. So when we use piezoelectric as a strain gauge, means when it is being deformed, it generates the electrical voltage, which further calculated, and the piezoelectric strain gauge are the most sensitive type of the transducer, and these are very reliable devices. Next one is bonded strain gauge type. These are the kind of metallic strain gauge, and as we know, there are most of the strain gauge are metallic type, and that can be further classified into two type: bonded and unbonded type. In the unbonded strain gauge that are normally used for the measuring strain and the moving structure by fixing four metallic wire in some way, and in the bonded strain gauge type, the element which is used are fixed on a backing element or backing material, which is permanently fixed over the structure with adhesive, and the structure which strain has to be measured. So it is fixed over the structure where we have to calculate the strain. So the most common used bonded strain gauge are metal foil type, and the construction of such a strain gauge are manufactured by photo etching technique. Here the thin strip, the foil are the active element of the strain gauge, while the thick one for providing electrical connection. Because of large area of thick proportion, the resistance is small and they do not contribute to any change in the resistance due to strain, but increases the heat dissipation area. Also, it is easier to connect the lead wire with the strain gauge. So the strain gauge can measure the strain in only one direction, but if you want to measure in both of the direction at the same time, strain gauge rosette we have to use. The next one is unbonded strain gauge. In this type of strain gauge, it consists of a wire which is stretched between the 2 points in an insulating material or medium such as air. One end of the wire is fixed and the other end is attached to the movable element where we have to calculate the strain. So the unbonded strain gauge is normally used for the measuring strain between a fixed and a moving structure by fixing some kind of four metallic wire in such a way that two are in compression and two are in tension. Now let's see the application of strain gauges. These are being used to calculate the residual stresses in the vibration measurement in some moving component, the torque measurement when application of shaft. It is also used for the bending and deflection measurement and used for the compression and tension measurement where the strain is basically being calculated with the change in the resistance as an application of the force. It is also used the strain measurement for the different component. So these are some areas of application where we will use the strain gauges. Now the summary of the today's class is that we have discussed about the strain gauge, their types and their areas of applications in different field, their selection criteria, and we have also seen that some kind of strain gauges which are being used. So the strain gauge is basically a sensor which is based upon the variation in the resistance with the application of force, where it converts the force, pressure, tension, deformation into a change in the electrical resistance which can be measured, and when external force applied to a stationary object, the stress and strain are the result. So these strains are being calculated with the change in the resistance of an metallic wire. So thank you.